All right, today we're going to show you how to put together the TEWH 901 embroidery machine stand. First, we have our supplies here. We have a 4mm hex and we have a 5mm. We also have a 10, or you can use a 3/8, whichever you have on hand. We have our screws here. They're for the feet that are placed on top that the machine sits on. As you see, there are the flat screws that goes into these. Then we have our body screws here. The body screws apply to the panels as well as all around for any connections. And then we have our nuts here for these screws and these. And then we have our wheel screws here, in which we will apply those as well. All right, we're gonna first apply the back panel. We take the short screws, like I said, in the nuts. You place the nut. All right, now that we have our back plate on, we're gonna put our bottom one on next. Same method and the same bolts. All right, next what we're gonna apply, we're gonna put the shelf in. It takes 4 bolts on each side, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. As you see, the holes match up right here. Make sure you have these bolts still kind of loose, so that way you can slide the shelf in fairly easy. All right, Paul. All right, we have the shelf in place now, just tightening up on the bolts. You may need assistance in putting the shelf in, as it is a little difficult as getting the bolts in. And I still am using my 10mm and my 5mm hex head. All right. Got those tightened down. Next, what we'll do is put the front plate on. Same way. All right, now we have all our bolts in, we have our shelves in, and we have our bars across the front, the back, and the bottom here. All we'll do now at this point is go back in and tighten up on our bolts, the ones we left loose, and make sure that we have them all tightened down. All right, next what we're gonna do is put our feet up top. What I said you'll need is the flathead screws with the Allen key and a nut. And also you will need a 4mm hex here. So what you'll do is place this on top of the hole, place the bolt through the center, and take your nut and screw it in from the bottom. You will use the same 10mm that you were using on the body bolts for the nut. And simply tighten down. You may have to readjust them depending on the machine and how it's sitting on there before you put the machine down, but tighten down. We're just tightening down. All right, we have them tightened all the way down, all the way around, all 4. And at this point, next what we'll do is put our wheels on. All right, next we're putting on our feet. We flip the stand over in order to be able to put our feet on. And this one, you'll use your longer Allen key bolts and the same nuts that we were using. You'll go back to using your 5mm hex here. What you'll do is simply place your screws in and then thread your nut on. Okay, so we're just tightening down on the feet here. Once again, we're using the 10mm wrench and we're using a 5mm here for the hex head. I'm using the ratcheting just to kind of move along faster, but an L will work. This particular bolt here on the inside of each wheel is a little difficult to kind of get to. Once you get it started, it becomes a breeze. All right, and the last bolt here. You don't have to torque it too tight, just make sure they're tightened down good, at least hand tight. All right. Now we got all our feet on here, and we got everything assembled. At this point, just go back through, check all your bolts, make sure everything's tight. Be able to set your stand back right hand up and be able to put your machine down. All right, down here at the bottom we have our leveling feet to be able to take it off wheels. At this point we're just maneuvering it and raising up our feet just to be able to move it more smoothly. You can lower or raise them. Like I said, once you get it in a stationary position, you can lower them down and it'll take them off the wheels. But yeah, now we have our stand completed. All we do at this point is put the machine on top. Make sure each feet sits in each one of these. You may adjust them depending on the machine or where you need them to be at.